Hello again and welcome to another episode of the Franchise Everything podcast, where we talk about everything and anything franchising. And today, once again, I'm at the Snap-on Tools head office in Sydney, and I'm joined by Adam Wright, Marketing Manager. Adam, thanks again for having us.
Good to see you again, Glenn.
Yes, thank you. Thank you very much. We're going to talk about the 5 key things that have made the Snap-on Tools business what it is today.
Sure.
So you came up with 5 things, and we're going to go 1 to 5, nice and easy, really short. So the first one you came up with was premium products and brand loyalty. What's been so key about that as far as Snap-on Tools goes?
Yeah, well, I mean, quality of tools, the brand loyalty, I should say the brand loyalty comes with the quality of tools at the end of the day.
So they're sort of intertwined, aren't they?
Yeah, they are intertwined. I mean, if you've got a great brand, you've got a good quality product, then you're going to get a following, you know. Prior to Snap-on, for many years I worked with Harley-Davidson, so another great American...
A real heritage brand.
A heritage brand, another company like Snap-on that's over 100 years and, again, quality product. It's got a loyal following. Our tool solutions that we provide to technicians, again, quality product. We've got a very loyal customer base who, once you've got Snap-on in your toolbox, that's what you want for life.
Yeah, you don't want to go back. You keep going. So I imagine that brand loyalty, especially with the way that direct-to-customer approach there, it feeds into the brand loyalty. You're always in front of them, aren't you?
Well, and that's important. We don't have bricks and mortar stores. We don't really sell online. We are there with the customer day in, day out, building that relationship, understanding, what solutions we need to provide to the tech. And generally, we've got that solution on our mobile store for them. So, that's really important. That's in the relationship piece. Like I said, you get to know these people so well over the years. We've got franchisees out there that have, been invited to weddings and their first child's christening, and
I imagine the wedding thing. Who's that guy? Oh, yeah, he's my Snap-on Tools guy.
He's my Snap-on representative. You know what I mean? So it goes long and deep. You know what I mean, for that relationship building piece.
Yeah, excellent. And number 2, you said, was the importance. Number 2 in the 5 key things was bringing the store to the customer and the convenience that brings. So it's always been like that, hasn't it? Pretty much.
It has, and that's what our business model has been built on, is bringing that convenience to the customer. We take our store to where the work happens, and that's just very convenient for the customers at the end of the day, because they, if they need tools or whatever, they can walk onto the mobile store. They can see a whole array of everything they need, and bang, 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 they can take it and off they go. They get what they want.
That's crucial, I think, because no one else is really doing it, isn't it? So
not really. And I mean, and just beyond, providing that service directly face-to-face to customer, we also do warranty repairs on the trucks for them as well. So if they do have a problem, then, it can be an easy repair. We do have for the larger repairs on products that the franchisee can't fix on the truck, we've got a big warranty repair centre downstairs, and we've got a number of guys who are just down there repairing tools day in, day out. So if there is any warranty issues, generally, we get a lifetime warranty on a lot of our chrome and things like that. So there's no questions asked. They just replace it on the truck then and there, so the customer's happy.
So they've got it. So some question I didn't ask of you before: how often are they at workshops, for example? What's a normal run would be? So if they've got that convenience and everything there in that relationship, how often would you see them there?
Our list of calls defines the area that the franchisee operates in, so we try to condense that area for them, so they're not driving around, windscreen time as we call it. So they're in that, they've got that density of workshops there that they can service quickly. Normally they'll get around to most of them on the books will have anywhere between 130 to 200 customers on their books. Okay,
that's a lot. It's a lot.
It is a lot. Some have got more. So
it's more than I would have thought.
Yeah, it's a good depth of customers there to have, and they'll visit them at least once a week. Sometimes in the big regional areas, you've got a lot of more driving to do. It can be every second week. Having said that, generally if the customer rings up and goes, Bill, I've need this or need that, I've got this job coming in 2 days, a franchisee will drive over and drop it off for them after hours or before, he's run and that sort of thing. So,
and that's part of that relationship.
It is part of that relationship. And they know that, the franchisee, really understands, they know that tech really, relies on them to get that tool solution in their hands to repair that vehicle for the customer tomorrow.
Yeah.
So that's what
because
the
there's real
relationship's about.
obviously real ramifications if they're not able to needing that tool for
That's
that
right.
job.
And if we don't provide it, well, maybe another tool store somewhere will provide it. So customer service is number one priority for us.
Excellent. And number 3 in the 5 key things you said was like basically put down to no stores, no big box retail. It's sort of linked to that convense thing, isn't it? And relationships and everything. So that's obviously a massive part of your business. It
is. Yeah. We don't have any
other distribution points.
Yeah, other distribution points. We don't have any vision to move into retail. We've got our franchisee model, and that's what works for us. It's worked for 105 years, and it continues to work well. So if it ain't broke,
absolutely,
don't fix it, as they say. So that convenience to the customer. With our guys rocking up to their stores day in, day out and providing those tool solutions to them works a treat.
Because I suppose that because I'm trying to think, I'm not a mechanic-minded person at all, obviously, so I'm trying to think of that the way those workshops function. That downtime with tools and everything is a significant issue, like having to run out and get tools and that sort of stuff there. That's why it's almost it's a hand-in-glove solution.
Yeah, that's right. And generally the franchisees will work with the shop owner to work out what the best time is for them to come on site. They may have busy periods during the day, and the shop owner will go, mate, I don't need you at 10 o'clock in the morning. Can you come at 11? And they'll adjust their route accordingly to service those areas. But in general, being an ex-tech myself, it's so convenient because you've got a guy rocking up to your workshop. Otherwise after hours or the weekend, you're trying to duck down to a bricks and mortar store to get what you want. Then you get there and you find out, they haven't got it. So then you maybe got to go to another store, or you're trying to duck out at lunchtime to get it because the shop owner doesn't really
inconvenient downtime.
Bill, I'm just going to duck out for another hour and and have a look for some tools I need. So that's the convenience of our business model. It brings the store to the customer, and they're right there. They're on the truck for 5 or 10, 15 minutes. They're back off. They got what they need, and they're back on the job.
Excellent. And the fourth thing we came up with was the disciplined training and support. Yeah. And I know this involves Dallas, Texas. That sounds pretty cool. Dallas, Texas visit. So tell me about that aspect of it.
Yeah, so when we have new franchisees onboarding, the first initial step really, once they got the tick of approval, is that they head off over to Dallas in Texas, in the big old United States, and they do some face-to-face training over there for a couple of weeks with our trainers in the US, and great bunch of guys over there. They do a fantastic job, and they see the enormity of the business as well. How big it is, the scale in the United States, and so they come back pretty pumped, and they've learned a lot.
How long are they there for? Did you say?
A couple of weeks, up to a couple of weeks. Yep. So it's a good trip for them. And then they come back, they get their truck, they're on the road. But we don't just go, here's the keys, off you go, good luck. We have a franchisee developer manager with them. They'll go out on the road for them for 4 to 5 weeks and help them understand how the business operates, how it ticks, systems wise, invoicing, all of everything that they need to understand. Sales techniques and so forth as well. So that works really well. When the franchise developer feels that they're on their feet, they can do this job, then we have the support of the sales developers, what we call SDs. So we've got a number of those guys around the countries, and they're there for back-end support with whatever they need.
Yep.
On top of that,
business management, operations.
Operational day-to-day. If they've got tool issues or something like that, or supply issues or something like that, they'll help get sorted. They get in touch with us, the marketing team, and say, hey, this guy hasn't got this or that, and we'll send them what they need.
It's almost like a coaching type of thing with it at the same time, is it?
It's a support. It's a support mechanism, On top of that, it's very deep in the support that we have. With customer call centre here. We've got diagnostic support, which can be quite a complex thing with technology on vehicles today.
So can you explain that briefly? The diagnostic support. So diagnostics is another arm, not just the tools. There are other things that are obviously needed for more modern vehicles.
Yeah, an area that's exploded over the last 5 to 10 years really is diagnostics and the technology on vehicles. So we have a number of diagnostic platforms that our franchisees sell to shop owners, even technicians on their own, and it helps diagnostics pick up faults diagnostic-wise in the vehicle. So, it's a godsend, for modern-day vehicles and the complexities around electronics and so forth within vehicles now. So, we have a help centre there. We've got some expertise in that space, and they can dial in if they've got problems or can't fix a problem, or they can't understand how to work the diagnostics tool. So we've got guys here on call to assist in that area as well.
Excellent. And the fifth thing, you've stolen on thunder a little bit, was the ride-along support. So that support and that development there. So we'll dig in a bit more. So what does that typically look like? Say, for example, it comes back from Texas, and then they're into a couple or up to 4 weeks on the road. Is that right? So what are they doing? That you send someone out to an area where they've got a van or a new van, and they're just bedding them down, introducing them to people. How does it work practically?
Yeah. So. Well, initially the franchisee developer will help them go out, introduce them to the customers, understand just how the day-to-day operations, work, and systems, like I said, systems and things like that. Once the franchise developer feels that they've got a good basic understanding of the business, they'll step off the truck, and then we'll have sales developers that are on call that they can go on the truck for a day here, a day there, to help them out with a myriad of things, whether it be warranty claims or tool invoicing, like I said, marketing assets.
Almost like troubleshooting type of stuff.
Yeah, it's a bit troubleshooting for them, Yes, look, it's there's a lot to the business at the end of the day. They do need some support across the board as they, mature within their business themselves.
And what do you find more mature franchise owners have been in it for some time? What support are they normally wanting? Are they normally wanting like education days or days with tool displays or new tools? So, because, most franchise networks that need for support drops after a certain amount of time, or the desire for it, and they're out on their own doing their thing. So what do they mainly come for, the more experienced ones?
Yeah, it's a good topic to hit on, because what we're finding now is as our business expands and grows, we're finding a lot of franchisees are bringing on assistants, which is great. So they can either help them run the truck day to day, or they can become like a store manager and run the truck for the owner, for the franchise owner.
Wow.
So, so then you've got someone almost new, and this can be a generational thing as well, because we're finding a lot of now we've got a lot of mature franchisees that have been in this business for 30 years, and they've got kids who are now getting involved in the business. We've got a number of them, or they're bringing their brothers in, or sisters, or so. It's a great way to evolve with our business and to grow the business for the franchisee network. Yep. So as assistants come on board or new store owners come on board, they're needing assistance there too, because they're growing with the business and understanding the day-to-day operations. As for the older guys who've been around for a while, they're pretty sharp and they're great operators. They got a fantastic customer base, well respected in the market. We generally don't hear a lot from those guys.
I can imagine. That was why I asked the question. I was saying,
because they're out there, they're doing the business, and if something, isn't quite right here or there, or a program or something like that, they'll find the way around it. They'll find a way to make it work. And those operators are, those guys are great. We've got some guys over in WA and guys up northern New South Wales, Victoria, Queensland, and they're in there every day. They love it, and you think, geez, these guys are going to retire soon? And they're going,
maybe not.
They love it. They're up there every day. They're into it.
They go out to see their mates every day, pretty much.
Well, pretty much that way. It is that way. That's right.
All right, that's it. More on Snap-on Tools. Thanks, Adam.
Thanks, Glenn. Really appreciate the chat.
And I hope you enjoyed that one. Another one, Franchise Everything podcast. If you like it, share, subscribe, do all that sort of stuff, and we'll catch you in the next one soon.